Yeah. All right, all right. Good morning, Glenn. Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, all right. Thank you very much. Go ahead and share it, restream it with your followers. We're going to get started here in just a second. Welcome, welcome. Put your name down there. Let us know if this is your first time here with us. Welcome, Meerkat. We're going to go live here on Periscope right now. All right, good morning. Welcome, welcome, Periscopers. If you're watching on the replay, swipe to the right on Apple from the bottom to the top. Go ahead and share, share, share. Go ahead and share, share, share. Let's go ahead and do that right now for the next minute as we jam off Rick James with the Temptations standing on the top. Invite all your friends. Walaikum salam, Sister Denise. Good morning. Good morning. All right, Glenn Garnes over there, at Glenn Garnes. You want to follow him, at Glenn Garnes. Go ahead, let's invite some people, you guys. We're going to get started in a minute. We're covering the 3 myths. The 3 myths to the money game. The 3 myths to the money game. Let's go ahead and let's double up that count real quick. Let's go ahead and share, 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 restream, restream. All right, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you very much. This is the season to give, right? Every season is a season to give. Giving should be a way of life. The only way you receive is by giving. Let's go ahead and share over there, Meerkat. All right, Glenn, we would definitely talk, brother. We would definitely talk. I always look forward to speaking with you. Let's go ahead and share it, you guys. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's share it. Let's restream. Let's share it. Let's restream. We're bringing the goods. We bring the goods every morning, you guys. So I need for you to bring your friends. If you're not sharing, you're not caring. All right. Thank you, Sister Candace. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with you, and we can build a community of like-minded people. Glenn Garnes over there at Meerkat, he and I did a program, and he's an expert on mastermind groups. So you want to follow Glenn Garnes, at Glenn Garnes. You want to go ahead and reach out to him. Brother's doing some powerful things. But here's how you can reach me so we can get connected and stay connected. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. DarrellMuhammad.net is my blog. You want to subscribe, become a member, subscribe here, because in 2016, we're going to have some exclusive private content that will be only for those here on DarrellMuhammad.net who are ready to take action on these things that we talk about here on Periscope and Meerkat. All right. So go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Do that today. And also you can reach me at DarrellMuhammad, at DarrellMuhammad, Periscope and Twitter. All right. Periscope and Twitter. And you can reach me on Facebook at DarrellMuhammad fan page. DarrellMuhammad fan page. All right. And you can reach me anywhere on social media with my name. I'm consistent straight across social media on Darrell Muhammad. Go to YouTube and you'll see a lot of videos on there that I've done over the years on YouTube. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, my name is Darrell Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Just want to share, brothers and sisters. I just want to share with you what I've been blessed. You know, when you've been blessed, God has given you something, then you need to share it with those that you love the most. Share it with your community. That's what smart people do. That's what self-loving people do. They share it with their community first, right? First, charity starts at home and then spreads abroad. And I've been overly blessed in certain areas of expertise or certain areas that most of us as black people don't get exposure to. So I'm going to be the squirrel that go and get the nugget, and bring it back so we all can eat. All right. So that's my purpose. That's my desire. But I need for you to share it. I need for you to restream, and I need for you to share it right now. Can I get those true and faithful ones, Sister Candace, Sister Denise, those that are here, that's been here more than once? Go ahead and share it right now with your friends there at Twitter and Facebook. All right. Because what we're doing with these this series here, the Money Game series, how to play the money game to win. What we're doing here, brothers and sisters, we're mystifying, right? This is my attempt to demystify this money game, right? To help us to understand that is more than what we think, is more than what we've been taught, is more than what the masses of the people have been taught about this money game. That's why so many people lose and so few people win, right? Because those that win at the money game have a body of knowledge that those that aren't winning at the money game don't have. All right, so let's go ahead and share it right now. Sister Denise, let's go ahead and share it with your friends on both Twitter and Facebook, because we're talking about the money game, how to play the money game to win, right? Everything being equal, meaning your intelligence being the same as someone else in the game, your willingness being the same as someone else in the game, your desire being the same as someone else in the game. What makes the difference? How is it that they can win and others can't win? It has to do with knowing the rules of the money game, knowing the rules to win instead of the rules to lose, right? So we've been taught to play the money game with rules to lose, right? Rules to lose. So we want to talk about the 5 myths, of the money game. These are myths, meaning they're not real, right? They're not real to the accomplishment of winning. They're not real to us winning at the money game. They're real in our minds because, as I said yesterday, it's been pounded so hard on our subconscious mind, it's imprinted there. And it appears to be real, right? It has colored our vision to see what the reality really is and what's really required to win at the money game. So oftentimes someone tells us, right? They share with us nuggets. They share with us things that would put us on the right track. But we don't believe it. We doubt it. We're suspicious. Why are they telling me that? What are they trying to sell? You know, I watch, he gonna try to sell me something sooner or later. I told you. It's because of these myths. There's many myths now, right? There's many myths. But this is just 5 top myths that I can think of that I have faced and I have experienced head on. All right? Head on. These are myths, ladies and gentlemen. They are not true to what's required to be successful. Now, some of us in our mind, in our voice in our heads, are going to argue. Oh, no, that is true. That's not a myth. That's real. All right. Please believe me, in the context of us winning the money game, not some other game. We're talking about the money game, not football. We're talking about soccer, not basketball. We're talking about soccer, not some other game. We're talking about the money game. All right. What rules are true in one game is not true in another game. We're talking about the money game, how to win, how to play the money game to win. I don't know about you, but I want to win, and I'm looking for winners so we can get together and we can win, you know, on a big scale. On a big scale. All right, so let's get into it. The 5 myths to winning the money game. Right? We don't want to play just to play. We want to play to win. Right? We want to win at the game of life. All right, so number 1 is, we always heard this, is who you know, Darrell. Darrell is who you know. Right? That's how you get advanced. It's who you know. Now, let me tell you this. That is true when it comes to employee mentality. It's not true when it comes to entrepreneurship mentality. right? That's not the lead in. You're not looking for, who to know. You don't lead with who to know. Your success is not dependent solely on, listen to me, solely on who you know. Yes, wealth is a team sport. Yes, you need other people. Yes, other people will help you. But to disempower yourself, to think that your success is primarily dependent on who you know, that is not true when it comes to the money game. That's true too when it comes to your job, and there's limited positions, and there's only one position for senior management. There's only one position for vice president. There's only one position for CEO. When it comes to the money game, ladies and gentlemen, positions are in abundance, right? What there's a lack of qualified players in the money game. That's why, I have a philosophy and belief. That's why so few people are so rich, right? Because the mass of the people don't know how to go out and claim their stake, right? To get what is owed to them, to get all that they're capable as they grow and advance and their breast expands, right? We have what we have because our breast is narrow. It hasn't expanded. Our capacity is not big enough for more. Right? That's why it's not who you know. It's who you are and who you are to become. Who do you and I have to become to broaden our breast? See, you got to get a bigger bucket first before you put more water in. You don't have a small bucket and say a 5-gallon bucket and say, give me 10 gallons of water. No, you get your 10-gallon bucket and you say, now put that 10-gallon of water in my 10-gallon bucket. Right? Only a fool or a person who doesn't understand would get a 5-gallon bucket and say, put 10 gallons of water in it. So it's not who you know, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to winning the money game. It's who you are and who you are becoming. When it comes to a job, yes. When it comes to an employee environment, yes. But when you talk about the money game, that's not an employee environment. You know why? Because nobody is going to make you play the money game to win, right? Nobody's going to make you do what's necessary. That's a choice that you and I make, to play the money game to win, to learn the rules to the money game. Hey, appreciate you restreaming over there at Landing Point. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you also. Chorizo. Forgive me for mispronouncing that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and double that count over there at Periscope, because we only got into number 1 of 5. We only have about 10 more minutes. We've covered number 1. It's not who you know. When it comes to the money game, your job, yes. Your promotion, yes. To be in politics, yes. Right? To be the president of your sorority or fraternity, yes. Right? To be voted on a deacon board, yes. The money game, no. It doesn't matter who you know. Myth number 1 is who you know. Myth number 2 is I can be average and win. Average never wins, ladies and gentlemen. In nothing. No game. Just pick a game. Any game you want. Golf. I don't even know what it is. What is it called? Golf. You could, just any sport. Football, basketball, the common one. Soccer. Right? Average. You can't be average and win. Tennis. No, not tennis. With the thing with the little net and the handle and I don't know. Play it on the East Coast, I think. But anyway, so you can't be average and win, brothers and sisters. We can't be average and win. We have to get out of being average. We have to get out of being average. And I'm talking from experience. Some of you heard me say on previous scopes that I was a C student all my life until I got to my senior year in college, because I knew and I know that my potential is greater than what the world is seeing. I knew that back then, and I know that now. So I said, I'm going to see if I can get on the honor roll my last year of college, just to prove it to myself. And I did it. So average. Myth number 2 is I can be average and win at the money game. No, ma'am. No, sir. you can't be average. And especially us as black people, we come from a history where our foreparents believed that we had to be twice as good, right? We had to be twice as good to be successful. But thanks to integration, we've fallen off from those standards. But I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you, if we're going to win at the money game, especially now. Why especially now? Because now is more complicated, right? It's more diluted. It's more, it's the dynamics are greater now than they were before. It's a whole lot of, stuff out there, right? So we have to be above average. We have to be above average. So myth number 2 is I can be average and win at the money game. How can we win at the money game where in the environment of the money game, people are playing at their peak, right? All right. MCA King, come back and join us or check out the Periscope replay, all right? Or go to DarrellMuhammad.net and I'm going to start posting the previous Periscopes there, okay? All right, so others are playing at the peak performance, ladies and gentlemen. Others are getting in shape, physical shape, mind, body, and spirit to win the money game. Now, how can we not so much compete, but how can we win when the environment requires? It's like football, right? The football environment at the professional level requires a certain level, right? A certain level of commitment, certain level of physical conditioning just to play. Has nothing to do with competing, just to play at that level, right? So just to play at the level of winning in the money game, we can't be average. We can't be average. We'll be too susceptible, right, to the the tide of the money game, right? We'll be too susceptible. So that's number 2. Go ahead and invite some of your friends right now because that's what friends do. That's what friends do. Friends stop in the middle of dinner and say, "Hey man, this steak is off the chain. This veggie burger is cold-blooded. This whiting fish is it's so off the chain that I'm calling you right now from my table at the restaurant." If you feel that way, and you should, go ahead and share with your friends right now. Hit the parrot dude here at the bottom and share it and restream it over there at Meerkat, all right? Restream it at Meerkat, you guys, all right? All right? So that's what we're doing here. And let me block that fool. All right? You've been blocked. Okay, so we're talking about the money game. That's myth number 2. Myth number 3 is you have to be cutthroat. Now, how many of us heard that? Oh, man, Donald Trump cutthroat. Well, he might be cutthroat, but it's not a requirement to win at the money game, right? That's a choice that you make, right? Money is like this, brothers and sisters. Money is like alcohol. When people drink alcohol and get drunk and act silly and act stupid and start telling racist jokes, well, the joke didn't come in the bottle with the alcohol. It was already in the person. The alcohol just lowers their guard down, right? To where now they feel it's okay to tell these racial jokes. So that's all money does. Money only magnifies who you are. So if you're a cutthroat person, money only magnifies it. Money is a magnifier. All right. So myth number 3 is that you have to be cutthroat to win at the money game. No, sir. No, ma'am. That is not required. Anytime you see cutthroat in the money game, just know that that's a characteristic of the person and not characteristic of the money game. Okay? That's characteristic of the person and not characteristic of the money game. You do not have to be cutthroat. See, a lot of us, especially black folks, we've been conditioned deeply. All of us have, but mostly black folks have been conditioned deeply that you can't be righteous and rich. Right? But then Solomon was a righteous man. He was the richest man probably to ever to live, they say, if you calculated his wealth to today's dollars. Right? But still, it's just been so imprinted in our brains that you can't be righteous. You can't be good. You can't be kind. You can't be loving. You can't be godly and be rich. So we equate the opposite is true. Right? So we believe that the opposite is true. right? We should be poor. Poor is righteousness. Poor is godly. How can poor be godly when God owns everything in the universe? He's the richest, period. He owns it all. But we feel that we have to be poor. See? So it's a poverty mentality, brothers and sisters. It's a poverty mentality that has been poured and pushed and imprinted, and actually for us black people as slaves, that has been beaten into us. You don't want to do for self. You don't want to go out and try to be equal to the white man. You don't want to go out and try to do anything independent of me. That has been beaten into us. So now we have to beat it out of us. Nobody is going to do that but you. Nobody's going to do that for me but me. This is just a activation process, these scopes. So you can say, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat it in my head, right? I'm going to beat it in my head. Beat it in my head, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. All right? So you don't have to be cutthroat. You don't have to be cutthroat. Right? You don't have to be cutthroat. For you to believe that you have to be cutthroat is to say that God only allows those that are cutthroat to win at the money game. Now, I'm not going to put that on God. I'm not going to do that. All right? So that's number 3. All right? What you have to do to win at the money game, right? And you don't have to be cutthroat unless you're already cutthroat anyway. And that's a character flaw that you have that you need to work on. In order to win at the money game, we need to know the rules to win and apply the rules to win every day, all through the day. It's not an off and on switch when it comes to playing the money game. It's an on switch that you never turn off. It stays on. It stays on, brothers and sisters. You never turn it off. Let's go ahead and invite some more people. Share, restream. If you like what you hear, share and restream. If you don't like what you hear, then why stay? I mean, if I'm eating something and I don't like it, I'm not going to finish it. Thank you, Sister Candace. I'm not going to force myself, punish myself, torture myself to eat something I don't like. I don't like it. I'm grown. I don't have parents to make me eat it. I'm not going to eat it. I don't like it. So if you don't like what you're hearing, then leave. All right? But if you like what you're hearing, then share it. Share it. We have to be definitive in our disposition. Stop being wishy-washy. Okay? So that's number 3. Number 4 is, what is it? Let me see. What worked before still works. I just need to work harder. That's a myth that you have to work harder. That's a myth that you have to work harder. Harder, meaning just work harder. Just work harder. Put in more hours, right? Stay up later. That alone will help me win at the money game. I'm here to tell you that's myth number 4. That's myth number 4. Thinking that I can just do the same thing, but I just work harder. The same mentality, but I just work harder, right? The same vehicle, but I just work harder. Trading time for money, but I just need to work more hours. I need to work harder. That's how I learned the money game. I'm still paying 18% on my credit cards. I'm still paying late, right? But I just need to work harder. No, that's myth number 4, working harder. No, ma'am, no, sir. That's not going to work. You're not going to win at the money game. You're not going to win. Ever since technology, brothers and sisters, ever since technology hit the scene, that has leveled out and flattened out that concept, that mentality. I can do the same, but just work harder, and that's how I'm going to win. You and I cannot outwork technology. Right? Cannot outwork technology. I was at the airport Saturday, and they have the kiosks. Right? The kiosks for check-in. Came back from Cancun on Friday, Thursday. They got the kiosks for your passport to come back in the country. Right? So we have to get out of this mentality that I can think the same, be the same person, still have these false, philosophies about money and making money or getting money. But I just need to work harder. That ever since, like I said, brothers, ever since technology has hit the mainstream, has come on the scene for the mainstream, you're working harder is not working smarter. You're not going to win at the money game just thinking, listen what I'm saying, just thinking that working harder, I'm going to win. Because technology has really just wiped that almost completely out of the equation. You're not going to work harder. Now, here's one that I really like, and this is number 5, and we'll open up for questions. If you have any questions, get ready to add that. Here's number 5. You have to cheat or have some unfair advantage. See, he got some unfair advantage. See, he cheating. Well, I bet he's selling dope. I bet you run some kind of credit card scam. And I bet, but see, how can he be so rich? And I'm struggling. How can he be so rich? And the economy's so bad. I know they doing something crooked. I know they in the dope. I know they doing something crooked. They in the prostitution. Ain't no way in the world. See, cheating. We have the myth that in order to win at the money game in a very big way, and the bigger a person wins, a lot of us think they must be cheating. They're cheating. If you follow the rules, it's not cheating. If you follow the rules that the IRS gives you and I and all its citizens on how to reduce your taxes, you're not cheating. You'll follow the tax rules. Right? You're following the tax rules. You're not cheating. You're following the tax rules. Or they have some unfair advantage. If such a thing exists, brothers and sisters, it's only unfair because they know something you don't know. If it's unfair, it's only because they went out and made the sacrifice to find out, to learn, to go through trial and error, to lose money, to lose houses, to file for bankruptcy, right? To learn how to win at the money game in a very big way. And we have not done that. We're too scared. We settle for less. Right? We say that's enough. Why you need all that? Why you want all that? Right? It's a mindset. So that's myth number 5, brothers and sisters, is that I know they doing something crooked. To win at the money game like that, man, at that level, and everybody else is so far behind in the money game, they got to be cheating. They got some unfair advantage. Right? And if it's unfair, it's only because we've been greatly unjust to ourselves, as we say in our prayer, the Muslims, right? I've been greatly unjust to myself. It's only because we've been unjust to ourselves that they have an unfair advantage. Because ever since the internet, ever since Google, ever since Yahoo, ever since Bing, brothers and sisters, there is no reason why you don't know, that I don't know anything that we want to know, because it's out there for free. How can those play the money game have sympathy for us when everything is free on the internet? At least it's at least enough information, brothers and sisters, to get us out of this area of ignorance, meaning you just don't know anything. All right. Yeah, it may not take you to the ultimate levels of knowledge that you need or you desire, but it'll get you out of the realm, far out of the realm of ignorance. And that being the case, there is no sympathy, right? There is no sympathy for ignorance when you have knowledge at your fingertips for free. For free, ladies and gentlemen, what you won't take advantage of for free, it's fair to assume that you won't take advantage of it if you paid for it. See, it's a mindset. Just because it's free doesn't mean that it doesn't have value. Right? Doesn't mean that. It just means you didn't have to pay for it. Right? So that's myth number 5. Myth number 5, you have to cheat or have some unfair advantage. Let's recap them real quick. If you have any questions, let's go ahead and put that in there. Number 1 is it's who you know. That's myth number 1. Myth number 2, I can be average and win at the money game. That's myth number 2. Myth number 3 is you have to be cutthroat, meaning you got to go against your friends and go against your loved ones, and it's all about the money. It's all about winning. It's all about, me being on top. That's a myth. That's not required. Number 4, what worked before will work now. All I have to do is work harder. That's number 4. Myth number 4 to winning at the money game. Now, you can believe in all these if you're planning on losing, or if you don't care if you win. If you don't care if you win, ladies and gentlemen, you've just said that I want to lose. Number 5 is you have to cheat or have an unfair advantage in order to win at the money game. Those are the 5 myths in order to win the money game. All right? That's right. Evil is not required to win unless you're trying to win at being a devil. All right. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters? Any questions that you have, go ahead and put them there in the stream right now. Remember, go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Where is it? DarrellMuhammad.net. Subscribe, number 1. Number 2, go to my reading list and pick several books. Right? You still have time to buy the books now from my website. They'll be shipped to you. Right? Because you have to have your library. If people will go to formal institutional learning and go into debt by $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000, how much debt will you go into for your informal learning? That's the question. And you want to do it now before the end of the year. Why? Because that's an educational expense. And Uncle Sam will pay for it or help pay for it. They'll give you some write-off deductions for education. It's the end of the year. You got what? 10 days, 9 days or something like that? Buy the book now, today. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net, click more, click book list, reading list, whatever it says, and click your 3 or 4 or 5 books. 3 or 4 or 5 books. Buy them today because you can write them off. You can write them off, right? You can write those expenses off. The government is telling you, right? They're still telling you. Oh, let me get rid of that. All right, they're still telling you you have time to write it off. You still have time to write it off, right? That's how you win at the money game, ladies and gentlemen. You use every rule at your disposal to win. Now, also at DarrellMuhammad.com, if you want me to come to your town to talk about real estate, network marketing, black financial empowerment, entrepreneurship, then reach out to me. I'll tell you how you can bring me in, and I won't even charge you for coming in speaking to your group. How good can that be? You don't have to pay me to come in to speak to your group. All right? We're going to do that more in 2016 because this is a way to reach out to people, but it's always better. There's nothing like a live event. Nothing like a live event. Nothing can replace a live event. So if you have a sorority, fraternity, boys group, girls group, teenage, young entrepreneurs, you name it. You name it, brothers and sisters. If you like what you hear, then definitely go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit contact, put your information, and I'll give you all the information you need so I can come there and I can speak to your group for free. Also, we can do a webinar, we can do teleconference, we can do Skype, whatever required, we can do it, all right? Because our people, black folks, got to know this stuff, and they're not going to bring it to you, right? Stop thinking you equal. We have to make ourselves equal. We have to make ourselves equal. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much, brothers and sisters, for being here today. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And God willing, I'll be back. We'll continue to talk about the money game, how to play the money game to win. So until tomorrow, as I always say, I'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most important, our black community needs your very best. Until tomorrow, everybody, take care. God bless. And as Rick James says, and we'll end with him, right? Standing on the top, right? Let's go ahead and stand on the top, brothers and sisters, because that's where we belong. All right? Thank you. See you tomorrow. Take care. God bless.